Dear students, I am going to present the second part of Unit 4, Parasitic Protozoa. The organism is Trypanosoma, its life history and pathogenicity. Trypanosoma. The trypanosomes characteristically bore tissue in another organism and feed on blood and also on lymph. There are two important species of Trypanosoma, Trypanosoma gambians causing the sleeping sickness and Trypanosoma cruzi causing the Chagas disease. The protozoan parasite Trypanosoma cruzi causes a Chagas disease, a zoonotic disease that can be transmitted to human by blood-sucking bugs. Trypanosoma cruzi can also be transmitted through blood transfusion, organ transplantation, and transplacentally from mother to unborn baby and in laboratory accidents. Trypanosoma gambians. Trypanosoma gambians infects men. First it lives in blood, later enters the cerebrospinal fluid in brain and spinal cord. It swims actively, aerobic respiration present, reproduction by asexual method by binary fission, and it does not form cyst. It is polymorphic form. Morphology. Its body is long, narrow and flat and both ends are tapering, enclosed by the membrane known as the pellicle, which drawn out to form the undulating membrane. Single large oval nucleus is present, volatilin granules many, posterior kinetoplast and anterior blepharoplast are connected together by axoneme and rhizoplast. Long flagellum is present. Mouth, gullet, contractile vacuole, food vacuole are absent. Body forms and arrangement of organelles vary in different stages of life history, so showing the phenomena of polymorphism. So you can see all this structure in the diagram. Life history. Trypanosoma gambians is digenetic, that is, it completes its life cycle in two main hosts. The primary or definitive host is men. Reservoir hosts are mammals like pigs, buffaloes, antelopes harboring the parasite. The intermediate host is blood-sucking insect called tsetse fly or Glossina pulpalis. Life history. When tsetse fly bite the human being, then there is the inoculation of parasites to the men. So it is in the form of metacyclic form. And then this metacyclic form changes into trypanomastigote, which undergoes the process of metamorphosis and changes into short stumpy forms, shrink in size. So there is intermediate forms also formed. Then tsetse fly sucks the blood of infected person and these parasites or short stumpy forms will enter into the midgut and mouth parts of the fly, where these are changed into the new stage known as the critidial stage. Then they reduced in size, poor flagellum and undulating membrane and change into the next stage, that is a metacyclic form. And this metacyclic form is again infective stage for the healthy man. So you can see in the diagram that how the parasite is just transmitted from the tsetse fly to the man and from the infected person to the tsetse fly. So in case of men, the infective stage, the metacyclic form will change into trypanomastigote, which undergoes a metamorphosis and forms the short stumpy forms, shrink in size. Then intermediate forms are formed known as amastigote or leishmania in the choroid plexus and in the lungs, which are latent stage. And these change into the long slender forms that do not metamorphose and multiply in blood, causes a relapse of infection. Then short stumpy forms, these are ingested by the fly and there they in the salivary gland they will change, or first stage critidial form will change or multiply into the next stage leptomas and leishmania forms, which are short and non-flagellated, and then into the next stage trypanosomes into the cavity of salivary glands, and the last stage metacyclic form, which is infective to the men. So you can see how the crithidial form will change into leptomas and leishmania, then will change into trypanosomes, and then into the metacyclic form, which is infective to the men. So in this diagram, it's showing the different stages in the tsetse fly and in the men, and there is transmission of parasite from the tsetse fly to the men and from the infected men to the tsetse fly. The metacyclic or infective form of Trypanosoma gambians is introduced into the blood of men by the bite of tsetse fly Glossina palpalis. During sucking through the proboscis, the fly releases metacyclic forms along with the saliva. The saliva of tsetse fly contains an anticoagulant which prevents the clotting of blood. All stages of trypanosoma in men are extracellular, as the parasites are found in blood plasma and not inside blood corpuscles. Within the host blood, the metacyclic form, which are devoid of flagellum, become transformed into long, slender and flagellated forms. So mode of transmission: from tsetse fly to the men and from men to the tsetse fly. Pathogenicity: it causes a disease, African trypanosomiasis or sleeping sickness, which results in weakness, laziness, unconsciousness and ultimately death. Prevention and control: destruction of tsetse fly, keep away the reservoir host, drugs can be used for treatment, and there is no zoonotic transmission or transmission to human from vertebrates. If we understand the mode of transmission, we can take preventive measures. Thanks.